Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video of mine, and today we're continuing our talk on Erased. So let's get into it. Now, last video, which was a while ago, I pretty much reviewed the series known as Erased to English speakers. Japanese speakers, it has a title that I'm not going to be able to pronounce and won't even try to. And I thought the series was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Except I knew that there was a part of the series that was very controversial, and that was the ending. Now, personally, I loved the anime ending. I thought it was incredible, but I know not everyone agrees with me. And the main reason of that is because it doesn't completely coincide with the manga ending. But honestly, I don't care. I thought the anime ending was incredible, and that just because it was different doesn't mean that it didn't do a successful job of ending the story. And today I want to prove to you why that is and why my opinion is that this ending is incredible. So, without further ado, let's do a play-by-play on the final 2 episodes of Erased. We start off with Yashiro's story about the sinner and the spider, and although we don't get very many background details about him, we do actually get to see something very important: his motivation and how he chooses his victims. He basically can see a spider's thread over his victims' heads, and that person will then be killed by him. And this is beautifully foreshadowed before in the series, because episodes prior we actually see spider's threads over the heads of people who are planned to be killed or do eventually die. We are then shown the scariest part of the entire show, which is the intro without Satoru, which is very terrifying. Even though Yashiro confirms that Satoru survived a few seconds earlier, it is still very creepy. I got chills the first and second time I saw it. Flash forward about 15 years, and we're seeing now that Satoru is just coming out of a coma that he was in for the full 15 years. And on top of that, he now has amnesia. The severity of his amnesia is made even worse when we hear that his inner thoughts are narrated by his child voice, not his adult voice like the rest of the series has been, which shows you just how terrible and just how severe his amnesia is. But now we are at the scene that ruined everyone's expectations for this show. Well, maybe minus me. Now, before anything else, let me show you just how some people reacted to seeing this. What? Yes, Kaio and Hiromi got married, and I know a lot of people have a lot of things to say about that decision, but let me at least try to honor that decision and convince you that it was the right one. Firstly, in points of realism, Kaio would never realistically wait 15 years for Satoru. Like, would you wait for someone who for 15 years was in a coma and you knew that there was a chance they would never wake up just to marry them? No, you would never wait for someone like that. I mean, I guess Yashiro did wait for Satoru, but even then, he is clearly effed up in the head. Besides, Kaio even says that she and Hiromi were at first very uncomfortable getting into a relationship because of Satoru, which at least means that they were thinking of him. And after 15 years, they only still have one newborn child, which at least implies that they waited a very long time for him before finally getting together. A couple more things to point out here. Kaio's kid's name literally means the future. And this kid would not have happened without Satoru, meaning that Satoru literally saved the future. I find that just a little subtle detail that I really like. And lastly, I just want to point out, isn't it really poetic that Kaio and Hiromi, 2 out of the 3 people that Satoru saved when he was younger, ended up getting together? Like, they weren't even supposed to exist this long, and now they're starting a family together. I don't know if it's just me, but I find that really nice and poetic, and it brings everything around full circle, whatever the shape is. But now we get to the point where Satoru has to get his memories back. In the manga, he just has to see Airi, and then he recovers half of his memories. But at a cost, he has to go into another very long coma, which I just find is needlessly cruel. Like, this man has been through enough. You don't need to put him into another coma, which is why I actually prefer what the anime did. In the anime, Satoru simply gets his memories back by holding the hand of Kaio's child, which I actually love infinitely more than what they did in the manga. Because think about it, something that was caused by revival is able to restore the memories of revival. If that's not poetic, I don't know what is, which is why I actually prefer what the anime did. But now we get back to Yashiro, who's back to play one final game with Satoru by framing him for a little girl's murder and then throwing him off a hospital to prove that he is better than Satoru. But then something unexpected happens. Satoru convinces Yashiro that he can't kill him, that Yashiro needs Satoru in his life. And to Satoru's credit, this is largely true. Yashiro has lost all thrill for killing in the past 15 years where Satoru has been gone. And the reason that Yashiro didn't even just kill Satoru while he was sleeping is because he didn't want a cheap win. He wanted to gloat about it. He wanted to show Satoru just how smart he is. He wanted to show Satoru that he had won and that he was definitively the better person. But he can't do it. He can't kill Satoru. He has too much of a grip on Yashiro's life. Now, to make things simpler to understand, think of it as the Joker from The Dark Knight. He doesn't want to kill Batman because he knows that if he does, he's going to lose all the fun in committing crime.
I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you?
Or think of it in terms of Megamind. He does end up killing his arch nemesis, but then afterwards, he starts falling into a pit of despair. He doesn't want to do anything anymore because no one is there to oppose him.
Minion. But without him, what's the point?
This is the same situation for Yashiro. If he kills Satoru, he's going to lose all the thrill out of his life. There is literally no reason to do what he does if there's not going to be someone to stop him. Now, I'm not going to lie, the way Yashiro actually gets caught in the anime always seemed a bit weird to me, but I'm going to guess Satoru had a few backup plans in case the original plan did not work, because he seems like that kind of guy. Like, he wouldn't let himself be thrown off a building without a few backup plans. We end off the show seeing a montage of Satoru's new happy life. He's achieved his dream of becoming a manga artist, he has all of his friends, and the best part, and I think this is part of the last gift of revival, he gets to re-meet Airi for the first time, sorta. And best part, she's legal now! Let's go! And that's how the show ends. But let me know what you guys think down below. I have had a blast covering Erased. It is such an incredible show. And let me know what you guys think. I absolutely love this show. I'd love to hear your opinions. I hope that I've persuaded some of you, and if not, it doesn't really matter to me. I've just wanted to share my opinions. But let me know what you guys think. I've probably said that like 3 times now. Be sure to like, subscribe, and until next time, which I hope is sooner rather than later, goodbye.